Moving on to our second topic. BQ, I can remember vividly last week you told us that the CBN on their website have devalued the Naira, and that is the style of the country. And this week we're here to, see that indeed the Naira has hit a 6-month low. What is wrong with the CBN's NAFEX? Is it doing more harm? Will it do more harm than good in the near future?
I think that's when we have to look at the bigger picture. People want a sustained supply of the greenback of the dollar. But there are so many reasons why that will not happen. We depend so much on imports for virtually everything. Food, medicines, petrol, clothes. We depend on imports for virtually everything. We are not a producing nation. And because you are not producing, you can't earn foreign exchange. If you spend 90% of the foreign exchange that you earn, and remember, even crude oil is the mainstay of our economy. It accounts for 90% of our budget every year and what we spend. Now, a situation in which you are also importing, you import almost all of the petrol that refined crude oil, petrol that we consume in our country, and we've been told now that we consume 93 million liters a day. Of course, I will never believe that, even with a gun to my neck. We were told we are producing consuming 60 million liters a day. Suddenly, it moved to 93. I'm not having that. During the Jonathan years, when there was greater prosperity, it was between 27 to 30 million liters. How did it shoot? The
highest at the time was 40 million.
How did it shoot to 93?
Million.
93 now. 93 now. That's what NNPC is telling us. So, and you are using your hard-earned foreign exchange to bring in imported petrol. You've done so much by way of trying to protect the Naira, by depleting your reserves. Remember, we continue to take loans up and down. We are servicing those loans. It's still from your reserves that you take foreign, because all these loans are foreign currency denominated. You still go and take money from there to service those loans. So we don't have that enough supply
solvency
of forex to be able to solve our problems. Manufacturing concerns need forex. A lot of them are now forced to go to the black market. The black market is the closest to reality. And they sold at 493 Naira to a dollar. Since the year 2020, early 2020, things had not been this bad. I think that the CBN governor has to ask himself whether his efforts have actually yielded dividends, because he came in with the exchange rate in the region of 185 to the dollar. Now you can see where he has moved us.
Close to 500 by the day.
Yes. No, as I said last week, the market will respond to that devaluation. Whether you do it surreptitiously, you do it secretly, the market will respond. That's the parallel market will respond to it. It will certainly go up in the parallel market. If you are doing 41, it used to be 394. That's the official rate. It's now gone from 394 to 411. That's what on their own website. So they've secretly or silently devalued the currency. Now the parallel market, which is not the official rate, will respond to that devaluation. So the Naira will feel the strain. That is what is happening now. I can tell you that in the next few days, it will get to 500 to the dollar, because we are not doing what we should do. We must produce. So long as we keep depending heavily on foreign goods, the demand for the dollar would continue to rise. And then, of course, we talked about inflows the other day. That those foreign direct investments, they are not coming in as they should come in. If they had been coming in, they will have helped to bridge the gap in demand. But they are not coming in.
In fact, people are divesting.
People are reluctant to come and invest in a climate that is not safe. So this is the thing. So they are holding back. So where will the money of the foreign currency come from? The CBN also introduced the idea of paying 5 Naira
for
Nigerians in the diaspora for every dollar that is brought home. On the average, Nigerians in the diaspora contribute about $30 billion each year. Which means, if we go by that, it means that the CBN every year will have used about 150 billion.
Okay.
About 150 billion to entice Nigerians to bring in more dollars into the country. You get the point that I'm making? And of course, you know that 150 billion could do a lot. So we are using money to try to solve the problem that greater production will solve.
Should solve.
Nigerians don't see anything wrong in bringing in wines, expensive wines and the rest. We are just a consumer nation. We are not producing. We should be ashamed of ourselves. We should be ashamed of ourselves. It's not simply to encourage people to go into farming. Yes, people can go into farming. You look at a country like Switzerland, making so much money from chocolates, but they don't grow cocoa. But they make much more money than Côte d'Ivoire, that grows cocoa, will make from it. So it's the value chain that we should focus on. We should have more rice mills. We should be exporting rice to our neighbors. That will earn us foreign exchange. We have a lot of potential. But our leaders must chart the right course for our economic growth and development. Until we do that, warehouses will continue to be turned to churches, production will continue to go down, and the Naira will continue to slide.
The word is enough for the wise. This is where we'll drop the anchor today on Issues with Jide. We thank you for being there. Of course, don't forget to subscribe to this program by hitting the subscribe button on our YouTube page. We are TVC News Nigeria on YouTube, and you can also follow us, for updates on this program on all our social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at TVC News NG. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to join us again, same time next week. Bye for now.